Jack 10 of diamonds for Sebastian Pauli.
It's a fun spot on the button with all the chips. I say he should answer go, and his wager should be for it. Go for it.
He went for it. He called. 5-3 off for Jake Cody in the big blind, getting a good price. He calls as well. We're going 4-way to the flop. Well, the flop gives Erlandson top pair. Pauli has a flush draw and a straight draw.
And the whole 5-3 bet, that's off.
Action check to Debman. Now to Pauli.
Well, in his mind, he's got an up and down straight flush draw. Why not?
80,000. Jake folds.
And I don't see how Erlandson can fold this, although he is ahead, but he's only a little bit better than a coin flip to win.
He calls. Debman folds, so we're going heads up to the turn.
Now he's exactly a coin flip to win. Who am I talking about? Doesn't matter.
It's a king. Pauli turns Broadway. Meanwhile, Erlandson has improved to 2 pair.
Ew.
Pauli set to bet again. $135,000.
What an amazing spot for Pauli. He must be loving this like a group of girls love splitting a check. Now, we know Erlandson's drawing nearly dead here, but if he thinks Pauli is going to have a lot of aces in his range, he's probably going to go broke.
All in.
He shoves. And gets called.
Now, 10% doesn't sound like a lot of equity until you've lost with 90% more than a few times. Then you realize this is still no joke.
Erlandson has 4 outs. He needs an ace or a king on the river. It's a 3.
Good luck.
Erlandson out in 17th. Pauli is 8-7 off.
Now, opening this hand is totally dependent on how tight the guys to your left are.
He raises from the cutoff, makes it 40,000.
You must think they're pretty tight.
King 10 suited for Jan Pineau.
Let me tell you, this guy is going pee nowhere.
Call.
He's going to play the flop in position from the button. Round to Jonas Lauch in the big blind. He folds, so heads up to the flop.
Pauli, Pineau.
And Pineau flops the nuts. Must be nice.
Being real interested in what your opponent's doing can sometimes be a huge tell.
Pauli, with bottom pair, continues for 45,000.
Will Pineau raise, or will he play it slow, like when Clapton unplugged Layla?
He's a 97% favorite here. He just calls.
Got me on my knees.
Oh, Pauli now with trips.
That is going to look like the best card to him, which actually makes it the worst card.
He's going to fire again. 85,000.
Nope, Pineau with the nice loud fake disgruntled exhale.
Once again, he just calls.
Didn't put on as much of a tailbuck show as I thought he would.
OMG, Pauli Rivers quads.
Hachi machi.
He had 3% equity on the flop.
Well, that's poker.
Runner, runner to make quad 7s, and now he checks.
Going for the old check raise.
Here comes Pineau, 175,000.
I'm going to go ahead and call this bet entourage because I don't like it and I wish I'd never seen it in the first place. Pauli was right to want a check raise here. Most people wouldn't be able to get away from an ace.
Pineau has 634k behind.
I'm all in.
Pauli shoves on him.
I guess that's a fold?
Another big pot for Pauli.
Lucky at the flop.
Sebastian Pauli, the chip leader, with ace-9 in the small blind.
Specifically the blinds.
He calls.
65.
Art Corrin also has ace-9. Looks like he's calling from the big blind. This is another four-way pot. Wow, top set for Sorrentino. Nut flush draw for Pauli. He checks. Corrin checks. No c-bet from Jake.
A lot of folks are going to be tempted to check their sets, but no, don't. Just don't. Raffaele, cool but crude.
He bets 145,000.
Sebastian Pauli is a party dude. He's got the perfect semi-bluff raising hand, should he so choose.
Looks like he does choose. He raises to 400,000. Corrin and Cody fold.
All in.
Sorrentino shoves, and Pauli calls. Sorrentino, a 3-1 favorite to double up. Just has to fade a spade. 8 cards in the deck he doesn't want to see on the river.
Pauli hoping to keep riding that hot streak.
It's a spade! Pauli just can't lose a hand!
Now that is pretty brutal, but I would like to add that if he had 3-bet pre-flop, you know what, I'm not going to say it.
Pauli with 7-4 of clubs. And that's a re-raise. A 3-bet to 845,000.
Interesting and fine re-raise. Sometimes you get folds, other times you got a loose little goose you can turn into a funky chicken.
Okay. MacPhee calls. He'll play the flop in position. And that flop gives MacPhee top pair. Second pair for Pauli.
Hard to make a pair heads up. Both guys are going to think they have the best hand most of the time. Pauli can safely continue knowing most unpaired hands missed. Just not the one Kevin has.
Into a pot of 1.7 million, he bets 800,000. And Kevin calls. He's a 4-1 favorite here. Strike that, reverse it. Pauli turns 2 pair.
That 4 is a bit of a golden ticket.
Pauli slows down, he checks. And MacPhee checks behind.
Nice check back from Kevin, maybe fearing a check raise.
A queen on the river.
Nice river for Pauli. Kevin will have caught up a bit sometimes.
He's going for value. 2.2 million, that's more than 2/3 pot.
This is a pretty gross spot for Kevin. Top pair on the flop is going to be good so often. However, this is not a great line to take as a bluff, and maybe Kevin will recognize that and figure Pauli's going to have a queen most of the time?
Good call.
MacPhee calls. And loses a huge one.
Somewhat understandable. Pauli's not really supposed to have a queen there very often, and he's not supposed to have better even less often than that.
Guess I should raise the flop, eh?
Ace-queen for Pauli.
Oh, boy.
He re-raises. Makes it 860,000.
With how aggressive Pauli's been pre-flop, I don't think it's ever not going in here. Kevin may just take his time because he wants to make sure he gets called by worse. There's only one thing Kevin can say here. This is my button. I have to defend it.
I'm all in.
I call.
All in and a call, and this could be it.
MacPhee knows it's bad when he gets called so fast.
If ace-queen holds, we have a winner.
5.5 to start the hand. Ace 10.
Pauli is a wreck.
Jack, king, queen. I'm feeling that.
If MacPhee sucks out, he'll have the chip lead. Pauli still ahead on the flop.
Diamonds?
Yep, diamonds are also a thing. Backdoor. Sound advice.
It's a diamond! Kevin now has a ton of outs. But unless it's a king 10, 6-4 or diamond on the river, MacPhee will be denied a second title and Sebastian Pauli will be crowned champion.
This poor Pauli kid may not make it, whether he wins or loses.
Just one card.
The river card is an 8. Sebastian Pauli ships it. The student from Dortmund is an EPT main event champion.